Welcome to the Financial Aid Office at USC. This video will introduce you to the basics of qualifying, applying for, and receiving financial aid. Who qualifies for financial aid? It might surprise you to learn that 2/3 of our undergraduates receive financial aid in the form of scholarships, grants, federal work-study, and loans. Need-based aid is offered based on a review of your family's financial strength. To qualify for federal and university need-based aid, students must be U.S. citizens or eligible non-citizens, possess a valid Social Security number, and must be registered with the Selective Service System if required. Undocumented students who qualify under California AB 540, the DREAM Act, are eligible for limited aid. For more information, please visit the California Student Aid Commission website. How do I apply for financial aid? To determine how much aid you may be eligible for, you and your parents will be required to submit the free application for federal student aid and the College Scholarship Service profile. Both are available online. The FAFSA is free, but there is a fee for the CSS profile. If you meet certain income and asset requirements, you may be eligible for a fee waiver. USC may also ask you to submit additional information from your tax returns, from your non-custodial parents, if applicable, and business or corporate tax returns. All of these will help give us a complete picture of your family's financial strength and will ensure you receive the most aid you are eligible for. When you apply for financial aid, be sure to keep track of deadlines and submit any required forms and information by those dates. Missing a deadline could result in losing aid you might otherwise be eligible for. How is your financial need determined? Your financial aid eligibility is based on 2 factors: the estimated cost of attendance at the college you plan to attend and your expected family contribution. The amount of aid you are eligible to receive is the difference between the cost of attendance and the expected family contribution. The cost of attendance is an estimated average amount that 1 year of study will cost. It also represents the maximum amount a student can receive in financial aid. Cost of attendance includes tuition and fees, room and board, books, transportation, and personal and miscellaneous costs. While tuition and fees are more or less fixed, you have some control over your estimated costs. For instance, you can cut housing by living with roommates, save money on textbooks by renting instead of buying, and save on transportation costs by not bringing a car to campus. Simple money saving and budgeting tricks like this can save you a lot over time. Current costs can be found in the undergraduate section of our website at www.usc.edu/financial aid. The expected family contribution, also known as EFC, is a total amount that your parent, non-custodial parent, or parents if applicable, and you, the student, can be expected to contribute to your educational costs. When you apply for financial aid, you will be considered for both federal aid and institutional aid, which is provided by the university itself. These represent 2 different pools of money governed by different rules and regulations. So your financial aid eligibility will be calculated using 2 different methods. One will use the information from your FAFSA to determine the amount of federal aid you are eligible for. This is known as the federal methodology. The second method, known as institutional methodology, will determine how much institutional aid you may be eligible for. This method uses your CSS profile to look at your family's income and assets, including home equity, how many children will be in college, and how close your parents are to retirement age. We may also consider your family's special circumstances, such as a job loss or a reduction in salary. So let us know if you experience a sudden change in income. Please note that consumer debt is not included in this calculation. The institutional methodology takes into account most categories of assets, including income from partnerships and trusts, and home and business equity. Certain allowances against these assets are granted. How is financial need met? At USC, we work with families to meet a student's full demonstrated financial need with a combination of grants, scholarships, work, and loans. Some sources, such as loans, will need to be repaid once you graduate or drop below half-time enrollment. Others, such as grants and scholarships, compose gift aid, funds awarded to you that don't have to be repaid. When you receive your summary of financial aid eligibility, be sure to read over the information carefully and decide which options make the most sense for your family's financial situation. For instance, loans can be a big help, but can also be expensive and mean several years of repayment once you graduate. Federal regulations prohibit the university from awarding financial aid greater than the student's determined need. Unsubsidized Stafford loans are an exception, as they are offered regardless of a family's financial need. These regulations also prohibit awarding aid that exceeds the estimated cost of attendance. If you receive a scholarship from a university or outside source, it will change the composition of your financial aid package. It will also reduce any loans and/or federal work study in your package. It may also reduce the amount of any grants. This is to prevent your total financial aid from exceeding your financial need. However, we will attempt to preserve as much gift aid funding as possible. While your scholarship may replace some or all of your federal Stafford loan eligibility, you may still see this loan as part of your financial aid. This is made available to you to help cover the family contribution. You will notice that the total amount of aid you are receiving has increased to include both the scholarship and any non-need-based loans. In some cases, you may also be able to increase your estimated cost of attendance by filing a budget appeal with our office based on your actual expenses. A budget increase may create additional room for a scholarship award. What if I need more financial aid than I've been offered? If higher than average program costs cause your actual costs to exceed the university determined financial need, you may submit an appeal for additional loan funds. If there is a change in your family's circumstances which affects your family's ability to contribute to your education, you may be eligible for additional aid. Forms and instructions are available on our website. How do I cover the expected family contribution? There are several ways to meet the expected family contribution. Many families choose to borrow low-interest federal loans and Federal Direct Parent Plus loans. Visit studentloans.gov for more information. USC also offers the USC Payment Plan, which is interest-free and allows you to pay your university expenses in monthly installments over the course of the semester. Families can also prepay up to 5 years of college tuition, locking in the current tuition rate with the tuition prepayment plan. For more information about these payment plans, please contact Student Financial Services. We hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you'd like to learn more, we encourage you to check out these resources. The Net Price Calculator. This interactive tool will help you determine how much aid and the types of aid you may qualify for at USC. Investing in your future. This brochure covers financial aid in detail, including eligibility requirements, types of aid, how to manage loans, and how to apply for financial aid at USC. College Navigator. This free consumer information tool from the National Center for Education Statistics will allow you to compare colleges and universities based on programs offered, retention and graduation rates, prices, financial aid available, degrees awarded, campus safety, and accreditation.